No two coming out stories are the same. For some people, the journey is simple and sweet.
This is my partner, yes.
How long?
We've been together not quite 7 years now.
For others, like Shelby Malone, the path to living their truth isn't necessarily a straight line.
It was very difficult because I was so far deep in the Bible Belt, and I went to a school that prayed before every football game, before every volleyball game, everything. So it was like really hard to accept that I am who I am.
A 2018 report from the Human Rights Campaign surveyed 12,000 kids between 13 and 17 who identify as LGBTQ. It paints a stark picture of the difficulties they face coming out to family. 78% of youth not out to their parents report hearing their families make negative comments about LGBTQ people. For teens who are out to their parents, nearly half say their families make them feel bad for being LGBTQ.
I didn't even want to tell my dad. I wasn't even going to. He screamed in my face telling me that I was a piece of and that I was too gay for him to ever handle, and how much of a disappointment I was.
That same HRC survey finds 1 in 4 LGBTQ kids says their biggest problems involve not being accepted by their families and fear of coming out to them.
It's a vulnerable act. It's overwhelming and it's tough, but important.
Dr. George James is a licensed marriage and family therapist at the Council for Relationships. He says while some families are immediately accepting, for others it could take time and effort.
If you're that person about to open up to your family, to disclose to your family, being able to be patient with them in terms of their process, that they might be ready and to go right away, but they might also take some time. And of course that is unfortunate and that doesn't feel so great. But if you can have some patience with them, they might be able to get there over time.
20-year-old Ali Fazeli Manfared, a gay Iranian man, was allegedly beheaded by members of his own family for speaking the truth about his sexual orientation. Dr. James says so-called honor killings like this aren't uncommon in certain cultures, like in Iran, where homosexuality is a crime and considered a mental illness.
They start to feel like it's personal, like it's them, or like somehow this is going to impact them or even their status or how people see them. And they take what is somebody else's experience and story and turn it into theirs.
Dr. James encourages families to talk openly about sexuality. He believes those personal and candid conversations can ultimately make all the difference.
Be open, ask questions, but don't try to be the cool parent, because that never really works. Don't make it about you and your experience. Yes, as a parent, you have certain thoughts and visions for your child, and it's okay that you might have to deal with that loss. That's a loss, but it's also accepting that and supporting them. And so some of it is allowing yourself to transition as a parent, not about you, but about the child.
The Trevor Project, a nonprofit LGBTQ suicide prevention organization, launched a national survey centered on mental health in kids who identify as LGBTQ. Over the past year, the number of participants who say they seriously considered suicide jumped 2% to 42%. Warning signs like a change in behavior and no longer hanging out with their friends could be hiding in plain sight. Dr. James says 3 simple words could help bring someone back from the point of no return.
Are you okay?
As for Shelby Malone, she's happy and healthy, living with her girlfriend Courtney, and encouraged by the steps her family is taking to build a healthy relationship.
So my mom was like, I don't care, I just really don't want to lose you, because she finally got to the point where she learned that it was either accept me or lose me.
Now, Shelby's message to LGBTQ teens is if you're planning on coming out to your family, make a plan, then a backup plan, because you never know how people might react. Now, if you feel like you need help, you can reach out to the Trevor Project. The number's on your screen there, 866-488-7386, or you can text START to 678-678. You can also use the Trevor chat feature at thetrevorproject.org.
I think that is one of the most important stories we've done on this program.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it saves lives. And I loved what that gentleman said in the end about sometimes you just have to let your kids go and be who they are and let go of your own notion of what your dreams are.
So often it's in our own heads, and we just sort of have to let go of things and open up.
Because love is love.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.